Best Practices in Instructional Leadership. Assignment 5. This is a presentation for Dr. Jack, Dale Pierce, American College of Education. Personal definition of instructional leadership is mentioned in assignments 2 and 3, along with 4. Instructional leadership shall have multiple core pieces: real-world relevance and application, student-centered, using trends and data to help modify that, and also the collaboration of a diverse team of educators that fully vet the curriculum process per organizational standards or state standards or whatever your teaching standards may be. So for this first professional development assignment, this will be designed specifically for first year teachers, educators, and also professional staff. Okay, so they will go through this as a team, as a cohort. Instructional leadership strategies for first year faculty, as a member of the Division of Economic Development and Workforce Innovative Services that strictly teach to career and technical education students. The program is designed to meet bi-weekly for 2 hours for proper onboarding to promote strategies to help students and other stakeholders and also build long-term sustainable culture within the division. And the 10 items that we are going to talk about today in this professional development activity that will occur over the course of an academic year involve the following listed there. All right, so team building. Well, we work in a relationship industry. The first thing you have to do is you understand who your teams are. Know the resources available at the college to help you as a professional to be the best that you can be, but also resources to help you help other students. So for the assignment specifically for this, you're forced to work as a team to help a student in distress and a faculty member looking to help on a curriculum project. Doing this will help you build your team building skills. Leadership planning. Part of leadership planning is extremely important, especially as you grow as an educator. I think educators are all leaders in their own retrospect, but also being able to reflect on that and plan how to become a better leader and a better educator is always the question. When we talk about lifelong learning, that's something that we should adopt and go through if we want to be better educators in time. All right, so class discussion is another best practice that has been demonstrated. So one of the things that we are going to do specifically in this professional development task is to understand what the dynamics of class discussion are, what barriers are set, what rules. We talk about some of the privacy issues with talking with some of your classes, depending on who the audience is. We are going to bring in our teacher of the year to talk about some of those dynamics and give us best practices that he or she has been able to use over time. So we're going to bring in somebody that's really good at this, and they're going to help us become better moderators of class discussions. All right, so case study relevance. Case studies are very important because they actually bring real life particular situations to the classroom, and this is where the instructor can bring in something that is authentic or real world and bring it directly into a textbook for students to look at and learn from and understand the relevance and its importance within the classroom structure. Another good way to become a better leader within our professional development CTE 500 program is to interview a subject matter expert, somebody that is actually teaching in their respective field. So here are examples of a culinary chef, somebody working in the medical industry, and then also a construction worker. One of the best things that I've been told is if you want to learn something, teach it. All right, so here we're going to look to our experts that have been teaching in the field for a long time for advice and mentorship. So this is going to be one of the particular projects that our professionals will have to do as they go through the CTE 500 program. Troubleshooting within your discipline. This is where you, as the expert, are going to bring your domain knowledge to the field and share this with a group of professionals in the CTE 500. So some of the examples that we're going to have our culinary educator, well, bun cake that doesn't rise. Machining teacher, assembly part does not fit due to the wrong tolerances. Automotive teachers, there's a squeaky noise from your wheels. And then also plumber, there's no hot water in your house. So bringing in that content, expert and that domain knowledge is definitely going to help you. And giving examples amongst your peers and how to convey that to your students is going to be extremely important. And how you do that's extremely important too. Which leads us to our next piece, which is a game or a competition for educators. So again, having a fun game within your classroom, whatever that classroom environment looks like, you got to make it fun. You have to. Engage your audience. Know who your audience is. And when we talk about education, you talk about K through 12, higher education, and also adult learners. So it's a very wide spectrum of different audience members and population. But you want to keep them excited to come to class. So that's always the goal of a good educator, a good leader, is just the engagement. Having fun in class for your students is good, but also a good, rich learning environment for them is critical as well. So that will be the game that we will play. Simulation, well, now it's your turn to teach. You're actually going to teach a lesson plan that should be engaging, it should be fun. And you're going to demonstrate that in probably week 8 or 9 of our CTE 500 program. And then you will get feedback for that on how to be better, what was good, what were your strengths, what were your weaknesses. All right, so then role play. All right, this is something that I've done in a lot of different scenarios for professional development, is that we as professionals are giving assigned roles within an educational environment and have stakeholders that we must stay in character to work with. This gives you definitely a different perspective of how people think, act, and the audience that you're working with could be extremely diverse. So with that being said, role play is another best practice that can be used in instructional leadership. And there are the references. This concludes assignment 5, instructional leadership.